Copperfield is going to make the moon disappear on 2/24/224.
All right, so we actually have a full moon in Virgo on 2/24/24. The sign of Virgo is all about reality. But the thing is that full moons in Virgos always happen during Pisces season. Pisces season is about the intangible, the spirit world. This full moon in Virgo will also be at 5 degrees. 5 degrees is change. When the full moon in Virgo happens, it will be with Black Moon Lilith, which is the dark side of the moon. It will also be with Asteroid Juno, which is the asteroid of soul contracts. In layman's terms, this means that the moon, which will be shining very bright, will be also with the dark side of the moon. So I feel like what this is doing is this is trying to take out the healing part of the full moon, the release of control from the collective, okay? Because when we do have Black Moon Lilith in Virgo, people do tend to be obsessive and controlling, and this full moon is asking us to release control. So if David Copperfield is going to disappear the moon, which, to be frank, is impossible, but let's see what kind of evil he's cooking up. He's on the Epstein list, and he will be punished for this if he does it. Like, there will be grave spiritual consequences if he pulls it off. What this is telling me is that he is getting in the way of people releasing their control because he's trying to control the outcome. Besides opposing the sun in Pisces, because full moons always oppose the opposite sign, sun, it's going to also oppose Saturn. Saturn in Pisces is making all of us be very spiritually responsible, and basically you're going to get your karma back real quick. You're going to get your lick back from the divine if you are not spiritually responsible. The moon opposing the Saturn is indicating to me that this is not going to be permanent. This emotional state is almost like that's the illusion. That's the trick, if you will, that this emotional state of being is permanent. Because Saturn is that dominating force, and he's saying, I can play with this. I can trick you. I can deceive you into thinking that I have power, but he doesn't. Mars and Venus in Aquarius, which Mars and Venus in Aquarius, it is very future forward, right? It is motivating us to explore new frontiers. That's going to make a quincunx, or something called an inconjunction, to that full moon. When we have an inconjunction, those two planets that are involved in that aspect, in the inconjunction, really cannot speak to each other. So that Mars and that Venus is hyped to explore this new frontier, right? This new way of doing things. But that moon and that Black Moon Lilith and also that Juno is like, no, we're not going to allow that to happen. We're not going to allow it to happen. So do I think he's going to be able to pull it off? I don't think so. And if he's able to do anything in any sort of way, David Copperfield, with this moon disappearing act, it's going to have severe karmic repercussions for him and anybody who participated in it. If you'd like to know more about your own birth chart, your own astrology, go to my website, sarahashley.astrology.com.